Hey guys, it's been a while. Um, it's been a month or two at least since I've been on here, and it's been quite a last few weeks, quite a last few months. Um, the wife and I went uh, on our little anniversary trip camping the beginning of last month in September. Um, I've been going through some things myself, personally, internally more, dealing with anxiety and uh, just other things that I need to deal with. Still dealing with it, but I'm in a better place. Um, Prancer, stop it. Prancer's my cat, our cat. And she just got done throwing up some food, so I'm not feeding her until her stomach settles down. Might give her a little bit before I go to work here in about half an hour, but as I was saying, as she continues to meow at me, why can't you just be like the dog and just, be content? Um, I, right now, I'm dealing with some neck pain. I don't know why. I don't know if I slept on it wrong one night, but yesterday it started hurting, so hopefully it loosens up here very, very soon. Um, I've I've just been going through a lot of anxiety and just things internally that I do not like about myself that I am trying to fix. Get off the table. Hey, get off the table. This is what she does. Prancer, get off the table. Get off. Get off the table. Don't make me pause the video. Don't make me pause it. Fine, I'm gonna pause it. Be right back. Okay, as I was saying, internally I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. Right now I'm in this Bible study in church, and it's really helping me get through some of these things. It's a general class for anyone to join. It's nothing. It's nothing that specific people have to attend. It was a class when we joined the church that we're like, hey, we'd like to try it out, and sure enough, it was it was the class for me, and um, basically it comes down to like personality traits that I haven't liked about myself, um, that don't really come to light until you get married and you find those things annoying about yourself, and you know that your personality um, comes out in ways that you don't mean for them to come out, but you know that you have to change those things about yourself. And I'm working on those things. And it's really dumb things. Like, I deal with a lot of like, I compensate, and let me put this in context. I have cerebral palsy. And throughout my life, I've tried to compensate being as smart as I can, if that makes sense. I try to hold a conversation, and because I'm disabled, I have certain people in my life that look at me differently. And I I don't know what I'm trying to say. Um, Essentially, like, I'm trying to think of a better example. I'm kind of a jokester, right? But sometimes it doesn't come across that way to some people. And I have to be a little more aware of how I come across. And that's one of the examples that I deal with. Like, it gets annoying, and I can see that why people on the outside would find that annoying. And so I have to kind of change that about myself, if that makes sense. So I'm working on that, working on my anxiety stuff, and this class is really helping. It's called Boundaries, and kind of the main thing about it is like one of the examples I give is when you're trying to help someone, but you've helped them so much in the point where you're actually deterring them from going through whatever process they're going through. Like, if they're going through a hard time in their life, and you're trying to help them so much that you're actually getting in the way of that grieving process, and or whatever it is, whether they're going through anxiety, a death in the family, and or they're struggling with depression, it doesn't matter what it is, but you're trying to help them. In the process of helping them, you're actually making it worse. And so sometimes you have to step back and let them go through that and just be supportive by just being there for them. And so I've been working on that. I've been working on listening to people instead of instead of I don't know how to put it, but I sometimes like to talk too much, and I know this about myself. I've started to make sure whoever I'm talking to, that I'm asking how they're doing, how their families are doing, how they're doing personally. If it's someone that's going through something, I'm listening. I'm I'm really taking in what they're saying. It can be any kind of topic, any kind of thing, whether I'm talking to a friend, I'm talking to my wife, I'm talking to other family members like my dad and my mom. I'm listening. And I know part of it is due to the fact that I do have CP, so when I talk and when I'm thinking about things, my brain is so jumbled up that I have to get it out before I forget it. And due to my seizures a few years ago, I don't have them unless I'm off of medication, which I haven't done in a long time. I've been more forgetful because of that. So I tend to talk a lot to make sure I get everything out that I want, and that's not an excuse for me. I'm working on that. If I forget it, then it really wasn't that important to begin with. I'm just trying to work on the little things about myself that I do not like, that I need to work on as a person to grow. I'm one of those people that are always continuing to grow. I don't want to ever stay stagnant. I want to be better than I was yesterday. I've done that with my dad. You know, mine and his relationship is 1,000 times better than it was 10 years ago. And I want to make sure that that continues to get better every time I talk to him or see him. So it's just the little things. It's not, and to me they're big things, but to other people they may be little things. So I'm getting better with those things. Um, I'm just really working really hard to be better every day. And I'm not perfect. I do stumble from time to time because we can't be 100% like perfect all the time. Sorry. We can't be 100% perfect all the time, but I want to be I want to do the best I can. And so um I yeah, I it's hard to explain because all of this is kind of like internal for me, and to explain it is very hard. Again, um, that's been kind of the big thing for me over this past summer and going into the fall here in October. Um, I'm always focused. I'm always really focused. One thing I like to do, which I don't do it on purpose, but when people are talking to me, sometimes, particularly my wife, I always say I know. Like she'll be like, "Oh, such and such happened." I know. I know. Like I don't say it in a bad way, but I say it because like I've read it or I've seen it or I've whatever. And sometimes I don't always need to say that. I can just say okay, or I can say oh gotcha, or just something like that. Sometimes that comes across like you're a know-it-all, and that's not the way I want to come across. That's not the way I intended it to sound, but it can come across to other people that way, and you have to watch what you say, even if it was the best intentions. Words matter. You just don't want to make people feel bad or make people feel a certain way, and I'm trying to become better at that. But I will probably go into this more at another video that I do here soon, I hope. But this is just kind of a quick little update that's been going on with me, kind of my thought process and other things. But I appreciate for anyone that's watching this. I know I've had, I believe, a couple new subscribers as of recently. I'm sorry I haven't made anything since that last video I did, which I believe is a video response to someone else, but I believe it was Paul. But I appreciate anyone that's watching. If anyone's watching, um, I've been on YouTube for a long, long time. Over the last probably 10 years, I haven't been consistent, but I've been doing videos here and there still. So, with that being said, thanks for watching and thanks for listening as always. And you guys have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video.